Hello everyone, how are you all doing today? And welcome back to this brand new video. Today I'm going to be sharing my thoughts and opinions about the upcoming Christmas special Twice Upon a Time. My dearest apologies for my absence on the channel as I've been working all throughout the 2 weeks, and since the 12th Doctor's era is coming to an end, I think it'll be the perfect opportunity to give an in-depth preview of Peter Capaldi's final Doctor Who episode. The end is near, and I'm seriously not ready to see Peter Capaldi leave the show. I'm fascinated by what the regeneration scene is going to be like, watching Peter Capaldi's appearance changing into Jodie Whittaker. In my last video, I was reviewing An Adventure in Space and Time. If you haven't seen it, then please check it out if you can. One of the stars from that documentary is back playing the Doctor, and that's David Bradley as the first Doctor. I'm intrigued to see the dynamic between Peter Capaldi and David Bradley and how the story progresses with the problem on regeneration for both Doctors. There's also special appearances from the 12th Doctor's companions, Clara and Bill. However, I will talk more about them as this video progresses. So, without further ado, let's get started by going through the synopsis. Two doctors stranded in a forbidding snow cave refusing to face regeneration, enchanted glass people stealing their victims from frozen time, and a British army captain seemingly destined to die in the First World War, but taken from the trenches to play his part in the Doctor's story. This is the magical last chapter in the 12th Doctor's epic adventure. He must face his past to decide his future, and the Doctor will realise the resilience of humanity, discovering hope in his darkest frozen moments. It's the end of an era, but the Doctor's journey is only just beginning. It's a very interesting synopsis, and there's also a few special milestones as this is Moffat's final Doctor Who script and final work as showrunner, with Chris Chibnall taking over for series 11 onwards. The final episode of Murray Gold, who's been the series music composer since 2005. The final episode of the trilogy, which started with Rolling Off in Time and The Doctor Falls. The final episode for the 12th Doctor, Peter Capaldi, and the first episode for the 13th Doctor, Jodie Whittaker, which also makes it the first regeneration of the Doctor that involves a gender change. The first multi-Doctor episode since Day of the Doctor, featuring David Bradley as the first Doctor. The first time in the revival era, and only the second time ever that a previously seen incarnation of the Doctor has been played by a replacement actor in a major episode-long appearance, with David Bradley replacing Richard Hurndall from the Five Doctors, after Hurndall himself replaced the first Doctor, William Hartnell, for that one-off multi-Doctor story. And it's the first time the original TARDIS police box design from 1963 is seen in the main series, and the second time that the original TARDIS interior appears in the main series after Hell Bent. Now the synopsis is very intriguing, enchanting glass people stealing victims from frozen time. Do we actually know what these glass people actually look like? Or are they just invisible people with a glass effect design? Or is it something else? Stealing what looks like from the trailer, soldiers from World War I. And this reminds me a lot of the War Games back in 1969. The final story of Patrick Troughton's time as the Doctor. Soldiers from different war zones were being taken out from their own time and then being placed into a war game concept, using soldiers as an army to conquer the universe. It's a very similar concept from the War Games. I hope Moffat isn't trying to recreate the same familiar plotline as the War Games. I think there should be more to it than just conquering the universe. Maybe these people are trying to fix Earth's history by creating a mirror reflection of what could have happened instead of the real result. Again, I'm guessing, I'm just throwing out ideas, but sometimes that's how Moffat comes up with these baffling plot twists. I think he's got one more up his sleeve before he leaves for good, because believe me, everyone has been wanting Steven Moffat to leave Doctor Who for ages. But then again, he's been a brilliant showrunner for a while. I mean, without him, Heaven Sent wouldn't exist, and plus he's done some phenomenal episodes. However, I will never forget the amount of dreadful episodes he has done in his time, especially Hell Bent. For me, Moffat should deserve more credit for his episodes, and I wish him the best of luck in his future endeavours. I just hope he doesn't ruin Peter Capaldi's final episode, because otherwise I will be furious. Anyway, we'll wait and see what the story is going to be like. Another thing in which I find unusual, scriptwriter Mark Gatiss is in this episode playing as a sergeant or a captain in World War I. It's strange, but interesting though. I think since Mark Gatiss wrote An Adventure in Space and Time, it makes sense for him to be in Doctor Who alongside David Bradley for one last time, as he is also leaving the show with Stephen Moffat. I think he'll be really good in this episode, playing a soldier type figure with a sarcastic personality within his character. I don't know why I think Mark Gatiss is sarcastic at times. Perhaps it could be the impression from the trailer, I don't know. But I think we will learn more about his backstory as the story progresses. Because I hate it when Moffat introduces a character and then completely forgets about them when there's nothing else to talk about. I think the story is mainly going to be focusing on the dynamic between the 12th Doctor and the 1st Doctor. This is why everyone is so excited for Christmas, because it's going to be fascinating on how both Doctors will cooperate with each other. I bet you there's going to be some funny arguments between them both. Imagine if both Doctors got into a feud with each other. Who would be more angry, the 1st Doctor or the 12th Doctor? Also, something that Peter Capaldi said in an interview a few months ago, he said, once Jodie Whittaker shows up on Christmas Day, since I won't be the Doctor anymore, I will be able to swear again after the Christmas special. I haven't swore for 4 years because I thought it would be inappropriate if I did swear. I bet you, when Jodie Whittaker takes over after Christmas Day, Peter Capaldi will go back to become Malcolm Tucker again and swear like crazy. I'll leave the link in the description down below to that interview. Anyway, I'm glad that David Bradley is back playing the 1st Doctor, because it's going to be slightly different from An Adventure in Space and Time, as we saw how David Bradley became William Hartnell and how he adapted to the role of the Doctor throughout his career. However, in this episode, we get to see how David Bradley interprets the 1st Doctor's personality as opposed to William Hartnell's personality. We get to see David Bradley playing the 1st Doctor in a proper Doctor Who episode, which I'm very intrigued for, because I want to find out how David Bradley copes with matching up William Hartnell's personality as the Doctor. David Bradley is a sensational actor, and I think he will be wonderful in this Christmas special alongside Peter Capaldi. As we saw in the Children in Need special preview clip, the 1st Doctor entering the 12th Doctor's TARDIS, and it was just so entertaining. The two Doctors discussing about regeneration and how Peter Capaldi said, well, you started with a few false starts, but you soon get there in the end. And then the 1st Doctor wanted to know if he gets younger, and then the 12th Doctor replied, I am younger! Which made me wonder that the regeneration process from 1st to 11th was all about getting younger, and then as it reaches to 12, the Doctor goes back to being older again. I mean, I would never criticise Peter Capaldi's role as the Doctor because of his age. That wouldn't be right. I definitely think that his tenure as the Doctor could have been a whole lot better. Every series was inconsistent, which brought down a lot of the blame on Stephen Moffat. Series 8, the Doctor was too dark. Series 9, the Doctor was caring too much. Series 10, the Doctor had elements of darkness and careness throughout the entire series, which I think was the best personality for the 12th Doctor. I just wish we could have had that personality right from the start. But then again, I like the journey of the 12th Doctor trying to find his true roots, and I think the way each series was handled, like an experiment to test and find out the true being of the 12th Doctor. I'm now really excited for Christmas because I know both Doctors will do anything to stop them regenerating. This Christmas special is going to cross paths with the 1st Doctor's regeneration and the 12th Doctor's regeneration. The beginning of the trailer was so good. I love the way that they took small clips from the original version of the 10th Planet with the snowy landscape, and then we saw a perfect transaction from William Hartnell's Doctor to David Bradley's Doctor. Laugh, pride, hate, fear. Have you no emotions, sir? the way it was executed, it was stunning. I also think that we'll find more about the First Doctor's regeneration and how it came across as a serious issue for the Doctor. The thing is, Peter Capaldi has done so much in his era, and I'm going to miss him very dearly, because sometimes you don't know if he's your favourite Doctor until the very end. However, for me, I loved Peter Capaldi's Doctor right from the start, and he's never disappointed me at all. I just can't believe he's leaving the show. Well, good things come to an end eventually. Now, this is the point where I hate to say it, but Jenna Coleman, who played Clara Oswald in Series 8 and Series 9, is returning for a guest appearance, probably to give Peter Capaldi a sensational send-off as the Doctor. I think I know why some fans are not happy with this, because they obviously hated Clara's character and she was dead annoying. However, please do not hate me for saying this, but I'm alright with Clara Oswald. She's not too bad in my personal perspective. To be fair, Karen Gillan did make a special appearance in Time of the Doctor for Matt Smith's final episode, so why isn't it alright for Jenna Coleman to return as Clara Oswald to give Peter Capaldi a fantastic send-off as the Doctor? Not only that, Pearl Mackie, who played Bill in Series 10, is also returning for one last appearance. The last time we saw Bill was in The Doctor Falls as a Mundasian Cyberman, and then she went away with Heather towards the very end. So am I right? Is Bill immortal? Because she died and then became this water/flood creature like Heather, so I would believe so. Anyway, it would be nice to see Jenna Coleman and Pearl Mackie back in Doctor Who for one last final time, and then that's it. That's all I'm asking. The last thing I need from this episode is another confusing plot twist which ruins the entire episode, so hopefully that does not happen. It's going to be a fantastic episode and I really cannot wait for it. Anyway, I'm going to be doing a separate video on a retrospective study on Peter Capaldi's time as the Doctor. I'm going to be watching every single episode and then summarising his entire legacy as the Doctor. That video might take a while, so don't expect it in the next week or so, but I will do it because I feel like I need to do it since he's leaving Doctor Who. Hopefully I'll do it in the time that I have, because it's the Christmas season and I'm going to be needed for most of my time. And did I mention that I'm working on Christmas Eve? So I will try and do another video before then, possibly another top 10 or something Christmassy, but we'll see. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. Be sure to smash the like button if you're excited for Doctor Who's Christmas special. Please comment down below your thoughts on Twice Upon a Time, and remember to subscribe for more amazing videos. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you all next time. Until then, Happy Christmas!